It's time for another Out of Bounds Rewind with Bo Bounds on ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
What do you think he does? Does he go with one of these teams, the Broncos or another team, or does he sit out another year and get an even better, maybe, opportunity ownership group that he wants to work with? Mike?
I think he wants to come back in 2023. I've heard it from enough different people, and that he's made calls out to assistant coaches to come join his staff. So he wants to come back. I think he's got the itch to do it. What's going to be interesting is where, and I think he's always had a preference for out west. And so that's the only city I would think would east of the Mississippi would be, and I would keep an eye on this, is Miami. Because, man, what happens if Buffalo sort of steamroll the Dolphins in the first round? You got an 84-year-old owner whose estimated worth is $18 billion, who played footsie with Sean last year and got himself in a little bit of trouble for doing so, but he sort of played footsie with him. And you're 84 years old, and listen, you could live to over 100 today. It's possible, and it's a growing deal of people over 100. But when you're 84, you understand your mortality. That, man, listen, I want to win now. Mike McDaniel might be a pretty good coach, but I want to win today, and that might catch Sean's eye. But I've always felt out west, Denver, it's not far from the home he has in Corleone, Idaho. And you got a multi-zillionaire owner who's worth, $70 billion. So money's not an object there. He's got a built-in defense, and he's got some pieces on offense. And I think that would certainly catch his eye. He is connected also to the Bidwell family with the Arizona Cardinals. Sean was a ball boy at Eastern Illinois. At that time, the then St. Louis Cardinals would train at Eastern Illinois. So Sean knows the Bidwell clan from back then and still does today. He tried to trade for Patrick Peterson a few years back. He got on a private jet and flew in to talk to Mike Bidwell. He didn't pull the trade off, but that was his connection to the Bidwell family. And again, what happens if the L.A. Chargers go down in a really bad loss this weekend? And people say, well, Spanos would never fire him. The old man Spanos, the dad, he fired Marty Schottenheimer after a 13-3 season.
Yeah, he did.
So, come on, no one's safe. But I've always felt he wanted to go out west, and L.A. would have been a spot for him. But we'll see what happens. I think we'll have a better look at the Sean Payton sweepstakes after this weekend. And, again, I would not rule out, owners today who are billionaires, to cut loose a coach's salary, and that ain't nothing to them. They want to win now, and I think Sean, they feel, gives them that opportunity. Right now, probably Denver is the team in the league because you got money. He would have control of that franchise. Already the owner and, general partner has already said, hey, they coming to us. You don't go to the general manager. You come to us if you need anything. And the count of money, Sean could be a $20 million a year head coach.
Heck yeah.
And listen, he can talk all this other stuff, okay? And I know him well enough to know this. He can talk all that, but it comes down to, guess what? What every deal comes down to. Dead presidents printed on paper, cash money. And he could literally be a $20 million a year head coach.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9 The Zone.